Bitcoin got another significant move to the downside last night, and the question everybody is wondering right now, how low are we going to go? We've got people making various calls, 18K, 9K. We're going to be answering that question and more, diving deep into the charts. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell for notifications. This is where we currently find ourselves right now on the Bitcoin chart, and there's a few things I really want to point out. First of all, we've been saying that as long as we don't lose this key yellow line around $21.4 thousand, there is still a chance that we put in a higher high. The reason being that this, once lost, will officially switch us from an uptrend to a downtrend on a higher time frame. I'm talking about the daily and the weekly time frame. And as we were coming down to this support, what we were looking at specifically was the 4-hour time frame. We actually wanted to see something similar to what we saw back here when we put in that last higher low. We wanted to see the momentum waves getting higher as the price was getting lower to form a bottom, giving us a bullish divergence, that juicy, uneven butt cheek pattern on market Cipher B. Unfortunately, last night, what happened was we did not get that divergence on the way down. In fact, we actually put in a lower momentum wave and lower money flow. And so what does this mean? Well, in my opinion, it means it's much, much less likely that we find significant support at this level, and it's actually more likely that we put in a lower low on these higher term timeframes. And what that means is now for me, I'm actually much more interested in shorting a rise to the upside. Now, we've known for a long time that this up here is a very key zone of resistance. That's why we gave the setup in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from $25.3 thousand. This is currently the swing trade that I am still in right now. And as you can see, I do have some pretty low targets for this trade going all the way down to 15K. So what happens next is really contingent upon how the price action plays out in the next few days. Now, here's the thing. As traders, we cannot know for certain what price is going to do. People always want a prediction. Jason, what's Bitcoin going to do next? The truth is, it depends, guys. We can't know. The market is moved by active market participants. If there's more buyers than sellers, price goes up. If there's more sellers than buyers, the price goes down. So what we have to do is we have to have multiple plans for various situations so that regardless of what happens, we have a plan up our sleeve. So right now, what I am looking at is we do have this kind of falling wedge pattern, which is a bullish pattern in general. But if we get another move to the upside from the bottom of this pattern, we have to be aware that we are going to be running into a very key zone of resistance now, lining up with the upper trend line of this wedge, right around $22.4 thousand. This not only is the trend line of the wedge, but it's also the value area low of the old range, and it's also the high volume node of this consolidation from earlier in the week. And so this is really the first major zone of resistance we need to be aware of. If we are going to get a bounce up toward the end of the week, we need to be aware that we could just reject from here and put in our lower low. Something else that we need to be aware of in the immediate short term is basically a liquidity grab of these lows right here, something called a chicken's drinking water, where price comes down, grabs some liquidity, stops a whole bunch of people out, and then gets a small reversal, because as all the stop losses and liquidations are hit, it injects liquidity into the market, making for a move to the upside. A great example of that is this scalp long trade that I currently have taken right now, where you can see this key level right here was the previous low that we put in last night. We come down below with a liquidity grab, and then we get a move to the upside, making for a nice scalp trade on the 1-minute time frame. But we could see this happening also on a much larger time frame. So the way we would be prepared for a move like that is by looking at our indicator market Cipher on some of these medium time frames like the 24-minute. And if we start to see, let's say, as the price comes down below this yellow line here, and the 24-minute time frame is starting to look like this, where we've got bullish divergences coming up as the price is, let's say, doing something like this, that could tell us, all right, we're going to get a little reversal here. We can look to take a long trade, and then we can long it up to the next area of local resistance, where then we can look for a short trade. This is kind of how I'm dealing with this right now. After Bitcoin gets a big move, we cannot get overly exuberant about entering larger positions. Instead, what we need to do is wait for setups to present themselves, and once they do, we can take action. And once more of a solid range begins to form, then we will have a context in which we can look to take longs and shorts, right? We need to be patient and wait for these sideways ranges to form, because once one of these sideways ranges forms, we're going to have clear areas of high and low from which we can look for longs and shorts, and that way we will not get wrecked. So guys, please be careful out there trading. We are heading into the end of the week, the weekend where things will get quite volatile. If we do lose this level to the downside, some of the targets that I do have for my short trade, we need to be honest with ourselves and say, look, we have come up to a key zone of resistance. And by the way, if you want to join the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where every day we give the setups, give the short trade in advance, we give our scalp trades, our day trades, our levels every single day, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Also, to take advantage of 0% limit fees on ByBit. Great if you are scalping these lower term time frames. Click the link in the description for 0% limit fees on derivatives trading. Also, if you deposit $100, you get 1 month free of the Crypto Fusion Trading Bot. Also, for a 20% discount on the trading course, check it out, jasoncaspertrading.com. Use the coupon code JUICYCHEEKS. So we know that this is a key area of resistance, and we know that also we are in a very large range going all the way back to May. And if we just pull this volume, we can see that, yes, we have some pretty low targets here. First of all, looking down to that $19,000 level. If we lose that, we will be looking down toward these lows right here at around $15,000. No reason to get overly bearish in the long term, because we know where we're at currently in the market cycle. We are in that place where we grind it out and range for a while before the next bull market comes. So as we come down to these zones of support, I will be looking for bullish divergences forming here on the daily time frame. That will give us a very clear bottom signal. And until then, we're just going to wait for those ranges and take the trades as they present themselves. That's it for today's video, guys. May you all be blessed in the name of Jesus the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I pray you are very blessed in many ways. And I will see everybody in the next video. Peace!